21st century learning are skills beyond memorization of facts and data. There are skills such as collaboration, grit, self-reflection, critical thinking, problem solving, and many more. The importance of these skills is the notable globalization that is going on, that the workforce is looking for students that are prepared beyond those basic facts and memorization and content knowledge, but having these 21st century skills so that they can bring things to the workforce to help solve real-world problems and collaborate with others in the process. So at STEM, our philosophy believes that 21st century skills are just as important as the content that the students learn.
Teacher prep programs vary in levels of effectiveness, but in terms of 21st century learning, most programs only offer 1 or 2 classes.
Because of this, current teachers and student teachers do not know everything that is included in 21st century learning.
Teachers hit on the important part, such as discussion and using technology, but not the soft skills and how to incorporate them.
And so with this information, I decided that my problem for my capstone would be new teachers need a way to be better prepared for the 21st century classroom. Now I decided this problem because I am going to be going into college for education, and my mom's a new teacher, new full-time teacher. And so I wanted to design a solution that will help her in her struggles with learning how to use the 21st century skills, and also as a way to get a jump start in my career. The root causes I came up with are:
Teacher prep programs could be more effective.
Teachers don't fully understand 21st century learning.
Current teachers don't have the training to use 21st century skills effectively.
So the root cause I decided to pursue was teachers don't fully understand 21st century learning. Research, I learned that teachers know how to use the technology and things for 21st century learning, but they don't know how to embed some of the soft skills. Not all of them, but most of them. This is why I changed my problem statement to teachers need a way to better embed 21st century skills into their lessons. Principles that guided my brainstorming are as followed.
Easy to find.
Transparent.
Should show how to use 21st century learning.
And helps them.
So I brainstormed 3 solutions to solve my problem if teachers don't know how to embed the soft skills of 21st century learning into the classroom. We're going to take a look at my decision matrix later on to see how I narrowed this down to just one idea. The first of these solutions is a training course. This training course can be given by administrators at any professional development training they so wish. Now, the second one of these solutions is an information website that teachers can go to learn about 21st century learning and the skills involved with it. And the third one is what I dubbed forum, which is teachers can share their lessons to what would be a database, basically, and other teachers can then go grab them and use them for their own use.
When deciding on which one of my 3 solutions I want to use to solve my problem, I made a decision matrix, which is a chart that compares my solutions against each other and scores them based on feedback I got from teachers. In the end, the forum solution had the best score and is the one I decided to go with.
So this is the home page of the 21st Lessons web page. We have a little slideshow going on here that will, if you click on these links, it will take you to different pages either in the website or that talk about 21st century learning. If you scroll down on the home page, there are 3 little boxes. One talks about what 21st Lessons is. One talks about 21st century learning as a whole, and the other one talks about the soft skills in 21st century learning. You scroll back up to the menu, and you click on the 21st century skills portion. You'll be taken to this page, and this page goes through each of the 6 21st century skills or soft skills that we talk about on our website and that we use here. So collaboration, self-direction, grit, creativity, critical thinking, information literacy. Each one of these, hopefully here in the future, once I start gathering more and more lessons, we'll have a lesson linked to each one that is a good example of using that skill in a lesson. And then we have 2 more pages for you, which has a little bit of behind-the-scenes stuff that we're going to show you here in a bit. We have our search page. Now, our search page, you have a total of 4 different search criteria. You have the title of your lesson, the subject area, the skill, and the difficulty. And then your search results will come up right here. And then the actual lesson, if you have one highlighted, will come up right here in a nice little table that has everything that you submit when you're submitting a lesson. You go to submit your own page. This is where you actually do your lesson submission. And we ask for a few search criteria. So we ask for the lesson title, the materials needed, the subject, each of the skills, the difficulty, a brief description, and a link to your lesson so that people can go and download your lesson and take a look at it. And now I'm going to show you the behind-the-scenes stuff that makes all of this search and table stuff work.
This is the Google Drive folder for 21st lessons. We have our submission sheet here where the teachers can submit their lessons. This is where all that data is stored. These little black squares just tell the code that is on the next sheet what to do so that it doesn't break itself. And here's the code to make the table and the search bar so that you can search in the table. The tweets I used to report the feedback I got throughout my implement step. The first 2 people I talked to were both Mr. and Mrs. Metcalf, teachers in my school. Mr. Metcalf looked over my sketches and gave me the idea of which website source to use, which website making source to use, and which I used Wix. Mrs. Metcalf then gave me an idea on how I can implement some of the things I wanted to do, such as the search bar, the rating system I was thinking about doing, which I eventually do want to implement into the website once it takes off a little more. And then I once again went to Mrs. Metcalf again like 2 weeks later after that first initial visit to have her look at the aesthetics of it. So how the background of the website, like how it's positioned and everything, and how it all looked aesthetically. The last 2 people I talked to were first Ashley Giordano of the National Inventors Hall of Fame. She gave me the idea of turning my capstone into a corporation, which I eventually plan on doing. And lastly, Mark Black, who gave me the idea of that 21st century skills page you saw in our walkthrough.
2 things I want to do to improve my website is to first add in a search by standard tool. And the second thing I want to do is to get teachers to actually submit lessons, because as you saw, there wasn't any there. It's kind of barren, kind of dry.
I feel that 21st lessons will be successful in solving my problem, and will have a great impact on the community, just like Teachers Pay Teachers and websites like that have had. And my biggest takeaway from this entire thing is that I really, really enjoy education, and that it's what I want to do for my career.